Good. Okay, for all you guys who are having the questions with the Play-Doh, I'm going to make a batch to show you just how easy it is, and hopefully it helps with all the questions. This here in this bowl is all the dry ingredients. If those of you who have a recipe know exactly what that is. It's pink because I use the neon powdered colorants, which is not what I always do. Usually I will use the Wilton's icing colorants, but today we're going to do powder because I figure most of you guys will do that. Okay, so this is exactly what I do. All the powdered stuff is in here. I start with my fragrance. This is bubblegum. We're doing bubblegum today. And I usually do the 2 droppers, but I know that I go by scent. If it's not strong enough, we add more. And that smells beautiful. Okay, so that's the fragrance in. The next thing that I put in is, where is the glycerin? Okay, we start with my glycerin, which is 3 tablespoons. These are the measuring tools I use. By the way, all you need for this is your spatula, a whisk, tablespoons, and measuring cups. Okay, and that's like, well, on your gloves. That's pretty much it. Okay, so we'll just, this is how I do it. I'll show you how easy. There's one, and that's empty. Don't worry about that. We have, oops, a little bit of generous of 2. 3. Well, you can move around somehow, Shane. Sorry. Move around as long as you can see. Okay. Next step is this. Like I said, this makes all the difference, guys. I know you guys want to use the alternate, other Surfact, but this is the one. Can you see? Okay. This is the one that I prefer. It just makes a huge difference. And it's not a tablespoon, it's a teaspoon. And a generous teaspoon at that. Here's your teaspoon. Just gonna get my spatula a little bit. Okay. So that's that. Then I do my first set of oils. If you have the recipe, I don't need to tell you what they are. I will just do it. 3 of the first. Oops. A little bit generous tablespoons, but it's okay, you'll see why. It does help with not having to add too much more. Mix. And you guys, you would have sifted all your dry ingredients before you put it in. It's not super necessary, but it does help. This is not rocket science. It's sort of a texture, go by feel sort of thing. Okay, now I'm going to add, get this out of the way. We're going to add, you want me to do that one? Okay, wait a sec here. I'm going to add part of the second, okay, put it in, sure. I'm going to add part of the second, excuse my reach here. That's why I don't use it like yellow yet, Shane, because it gets sticky in there. Just leave it in though, that's fine. Okay, so then this is 2. 1. 2. I'm going to stop right there for a second. Not stop the video, but stop adding for a second, just to show. So that was the first part of the oils. This is where it gets messy too. So I just basically use my spatula and my hands. And like I said, that was only the first set of oils. Okay, come in here and have a look there, bud. that was without the second part of oils already. So it really does sort of depend. I haven't even added the avocado yet, guys. So get in here, get all your dry. And this is what I was hearing people say was it's really dry. Put your hands, I hope your hands are clean, right? Okay, and I get in there and I really smush and knead. And if you guys see this, like, look, this is without, this was just the, we'll put it this way, what's left? There's 3 tablespoons of oils left that should be put in here. And a lot of times it depends on the humidity in your house, how much you add. Mind you, I did have a couple generous, there was a couple generous tablespoons, but this is what I want to show you. When I'm talking fluffy, you can see that, right? We got a good fluff going on, right? And you could actually leave it like this, but I'm telling you right now, guaranteed, you will still need to add that oil in tomorrow. Shady? I'm sorry, buddy, but I hope your hands are clean. This is ours now, right? Yes, this is ours. We won't be selling that. Someone's not wearing gloves.
I'm wearing gloves.
I'm wearing gloves. Okay, so just make sure you can see. For reference here, gross. For reference, you guys love this. For reference, okay, can you see? Because you're shaking a bit, buddy. And all right, that's the dough right there. Without, what is it? How many oils left? There should be 3 tablespoons left. I'd be putting in 2 right now, and then your extra would be tomorrow or day 3. But I could leave it like this, and I know I'm going to have to add the oil. So I want to show you guys, this is probably what you'll be doing anyways. Okay, so the last oil is way over here, and it calls for 2, with the extra being in a day. I could put all 3 in right now, and I'm still going to have to add an extra oil. It doesn't make a difference. So we're just going to add the 2 right now. We're not going to add the extra until later. Can you see good still, bud?
Yes.
Okay. So there is all the oil without the extra one that's in my recipe. Okay? That's it. This is what you have in the bowl. Can you have a look here? Can you see? It looks oily. Obviously we haven't mixed it in. This is where it gets really fun. We want to get all that oil in here. And remember what I said, you guys could have left this out and added it the next day. Because sometimes what happens is, like, look, this looks a little bit too oily. And it really does look too oily. And don't panic. Okay, guess what? We do need to add more, I'm going to add a bit more dry. See, I should have not added that. But it's not ruined by any means because tomorrow or the next day it will harden up anyway. But for now, like I said, this stuff happens no matter whatever recipe you do. Sometimes you have little issues. So I'm just adding that right there. This is why, by the way, I said, I'm pretty sure I said in the recipe, not to mix all your oils together and dump it all in one big chunk, because this is what will happen. I add it a little bit by a little bit. Then you know if you're going to have enough, or you know if you've done too much. But you can't screw this up. If you've added too much, this is all you do is you add a bit more dry. Actually, this is perfect. So what was that? I just did two little scoopies of some more dry, which was just the starch. So there we have it. It's fluffy. And even though it looked like I added way too much oil, after this sits, you'll still need that extra oil. But this is how fluffy she will be when you first make it. This is what I was trying to show everybody. Because when we were doing the water demonstrations, it was disintegrating, and that's because it is this fluffy. Okay, so that's it. This is the dough. It's virtually done, except for the extra tablespoon. If you need it or don't need it, you'll know in a day or two. It's really gooey to touch right now. It's not really too bad. Let me see if it sticks to your hand. Now go and see. Not sticking. Do it again. Okay, let go. I just want to show them texture. Okay, so it didn't stick to him. It's sticking to my gloves a bit because they're vinyl. Anyways, you can see that good. This is what I would do now. I would take it, let it sit in here for about maybe 15 minutes, if that. Throw it in a plastic bag, forget about it till tomorrow. Tomorrow you check it, add the oil if you need to. You probably won't need to until the third day, but you'll know because you'll go to grab the bag and it'll be very stiff. But if you give it a good squeeze, you'll be able to squeeze it. It's if you squeeze it and it crumbles or it's like rockish hard, what you do is you take it out of the bag, crumble it all back up into the bowl, add your oil, mush it, knead it all, throw it back in the bag. Check it again the next day, and then it's good. And that should be it. There should be no reason to add anything else. That's it. That's it. That's all. It's done. It's as simple. If you guys can follow a cake mix box, you should be able to make this. Any questions?
No.
No? You're good? If you guys have questions, go ahead and ask, but I think this pretty much covered everything. And you saw me screw up, and it's my recipe. So it is pretty much foolproof. You guys can fix it. Okay? That's it.
Bye.
See ya.